All right.
Alrighty?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. What's up, brewskis? My name is Marco Dupe. I want to do that again. Ready? I like it. I like it. All right. Sorry. It's like a blooper reel. All right. What's up, brewskis? My name is Marco Dupa. With me, as always, the great, the powerful, it's Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
What up, y'all?
Tonight's brew is an exclusive joint from our friends at Hourglass Brewing Company. Hourglass Brewing. It's not a brewing company. It's Hourglass Brewing. Yeah. It is their All Hallows Imperial Pumpkin Ale. And I can't wait to crack that open. But Obi's going to have a little bit more about that after the break. What's on tap for tonight, Obi? I don't know. What's on tap, bud?
I'm so glad you asked. Speaking of pumpkins, it is the beginning of pumpkin season. Or is it? We'll talk about if it's too early for all this pumpkin stuff.
Yeah. And I have finally some real deal PS5 impressions. No longer am I just pulling games off of my external hard drive. I actually have real PS5 impressions.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. Also, Leo DiCaprio.
Leo DiCap.
Cool guy.
He's in the cool guy club.
Or creep. Maybe both.
We'll find out that and maybe more. We don't know. But the first thing we have to do is get into these beers. So this is episode 367 of the One Beer In podcast. There it is.
Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 to 5 a.m. takes me to a place where I fit in.
Little steak NHGC. Look at that. Look at that colour. I can't see a thing through it.
I don't know what you're going for right now. Ooh. It's suddenly October.
Yeah. Oof.
I feel the leaves changing in my body.
In my body.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This is the One Beer In podcast, the podcast where two brews crack open a brew and we see where that one brew takes us. Obi, you got a little bit more about what we're drinking tonight?
I do. This is the All Hallows. It is an Imperial pumpkin ale. Unfortunately, no cold read on the can, but I do have an excerpt from beeradvocate.com. And it goes a little something like this. Stifle your screams and revel in fear. For Halloween comes early with All Hallows beer, glutted with globs of real pumpkin and scratch kitchen spices. This Imperial pumpkin ale is so potent it's scary. Craft malt from Riverbend Malt House bestows haunting notes of freshly baked pie crust and caramel sweetness that balance with an electrifying spiced pumpkin character. Fuming notes of pumpkin pie and delicious whipped treats explode out of a roiling ochre body. So good it'll make you go mad. Succumb to the brew, indulge, and give in. Let the All Hallows transformation begin.
Wow.
I don't know who wrote that. I don't know if that was from years past, but that was some pretty good stuff there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Do they have anything on their Instagram that like is different from that? Like if it's like their 2022 version of this?
It doesn't say. It just says spooky season kicks off this Thursday, which by now you guys have already passed that, so congratulations. You can go get it yourself. Join us this Thursday for the release of our annual Imperial Pumpkin Ale All Hallows. Pumpkin emoji.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's some good pumpkin there, boy.
Yeah, and it does
Kill
come
you
in
put.
at an 8.3%. So
8.3.
oh, wow. Oh. You all right?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get relaxed.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Chill out.
This is better.
Stay a while.
All right. Now we're in it.
Okay.
Now I feel comfortable. I wore my Three Wolves shirt, as you can see.
Beautiful.
Well, I mean, you can't see if you're not watching.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't be. You can listen to the episode, and that's fine.
Sure.
We appreciate all the listeners. But if you could pop into the YouTube just for a little bit,
Yeah.
and maybe you can stay a while. You listen and you view the show, see see our beautiful faces.
Give me a like,
Yeah, maybe throw a like.
a sub if you like
If you
it.
feel so inclined, maybe throw a little like out there.
Hit the bell.
Hit that bell.
Yeah. It all helps.
But I wore this shirt, and Hourglass has a lager that they call the Wolf Shirt Lager. And I ordered it, and I got nothing. Crickets. I got nothing, okay?
Yeah.
And it hurt. And I just want to let them know, and I want to let you all know that it hurts when a bit doesn't land.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
It just hurts.
It's a little faded of a shirt. So,
Maybe they just thought it was a blob of shit
could be.
on the shirt.
Yeah.
Blue blob. I don't know. Don't give them excuses.
Sorry.
They iced me.
I feel good that they gave us a spear early.
Yeah. No, you're right. They didn't. They were actually really busy when I went and picked this up. So
Well, you wonder why they didn't have time to entertain the joke.
no, I appreciate the fact that they entertained this at all. So it was really nice of them. Appreciate that. As you guys, longtime listeners, may well know, we're good friends with Troy.
Yes.
Who he's at a different Hourglass location. I don't want any kind of confusion. It seemed like this is our first Hourglass beer or anything like that.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like, why are they just talking about it now as if they just discovered it now or something?
Yeah. Well, those in the know.
Those in the
This
know.
is not our first foray.
Yeah. But this is at a different location, so.
Yeah.
All right. It is, well, will be in September when this episode goes up. And we're already starting with this.
Yeah.
We're already in it. you
Yeah.
know? This and by the time this episode goes live, the pumpkin spice lattes I think will be out.
They are already.
They're already out?
Yeah, the PSLs are upon us.
Them PSLs, they out.
Yeah.
I don't, there's people who they set their watches to this shit when pumpkin season starts rocking, you know?
Yeah.
And in the beer industry, it's kind of wild because it's very polarizing,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but it seems like it's become more and more of a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's always been a thing. There's always, since we've been into craft beer, there's always been like a pumpkin tasting style beer of some kind, pumpkin flavored beer. But it just seems like there are more and more varieties, and they're doing it sooner and sooner in the year.
It's like, capitalism is to blame for that. I feel like anything that was,
If you're a fan,
anything that was good, and part of the reason it was good was because it was a limited time thing. These businesses are going to try to monetize and then start earlier and earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, think about Black Friday sales. I mean, what the fuck is Black Friday anymore? You know what I mean? Like it's like a 2-week thing now.
Back in my day, you had to camp out
Yeah.
at a store.
You had to fight for your life for that kind of shit. A doorbuster was a literal doorbuster.
Yeah.
You busted the door open
in like the middle of the night.
Yeah. And you went screaming to the back, and you had to, you didn't get like a ticket and just say like, here's your TV, sir. No, you had to fucking
Throw some elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not hearkening back to those days.
No.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Terrible time.
Yeah. But yeah, so like they like you were saying, they start earlier and earlier, and more and more breweries are they're doing one just to like have it on. And I know that this one is like a thing that Hourglass like always does. It's like one of their, I won't say flagship, but like one of the things that people wait for for them. I mean, when I got it, it was very clandestine. My man had to like sneak it out the back and he just gave it to me in
Brown
a bag.
paper
But
bag.
we did have to bag it so that people didn't see it, because if people saw that I was getting it early, they would have lost their fucking shit over it.
Yeah.
I had a guy come in to Red Light, and he was just like, what kind of pumpkin beers do you have? Just didn't even ask if we had any.
Yeah.
Just assumed we were going to have. Not only did he assume we were going to have some or one, he assumed that there would be options.
Multiple. Yeah.
What kinds do you have? Sir, this is a Wendy's, sir. Get out of here. You're not getting.
Do you know where you are?
Yeah, you're definitely not getting your pumpkin. No, get the fuck out of here.
I was going to ask you, do you guys think you're going to have any kind of pumpkin beer for the season?
I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it. It's I mean, I don't want to speak for Brent and Steve, but not their cup of tea.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I don't know, man. They do, cool stuff, weird stuff all the time. So
Sure.
maybe they could surprise me, but I just don't think that I don't see it.
Or find like a cool like micro brewer that is making some that you can put it on for a little bit.
Yeah. Because the ones that are doing it are like the big name, like Samuel Adams, and that's the first one that comes to my mind. But
yeah,
I know there's more than that. I mean, I just went to Publix the other day, and I was gonna. I guess maybe I can just wait. Left Hand does an Oktoberfest, which is actually really good. It's at Publix right now.
I feel like I've had that before.
Maybe.
I feel like I have. Yeah. I feel like I've gotten it in like a multi-pack though.
Yeah.
Around this season, one time or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole different conversation, my friend.
Yeah. Well, the fest beers is something that
I love me an Oktoberfest beer. Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah. So that's something maybe, we'll have to, maybe we can dedicate, well, we're supposed to be doing a bunch of One Rail in October. I don't know if you forgot.
And I didn't forget.
So
I do remember.
Do we do like pumpkin stuff, or do we do Oktoberfests? Do we do just a bunch of fest beers, like 4 weeks of fest beers?
Ooh. Well, this is going to be a dumb question, and one you may not know either. Is Oktoberfest in October?
No, it's not.
It's September, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we can do one this month. Oktoberfest beer.
Yeah, we can do. Okay, yeah.
Maybe we can do one like close to the actual event and make it our like Oktoberfest episode.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I never understood that. Never understood why like it's in September. I don't get it. And everybody makes their fest beers, and then they're throughout.
From what I understand, it is a celebration of the passing over into the colder, darker months.
It's the okay to be a fest.
Yes, it's the okay to be a fest. But yeah, I think it's just like I assume most holidays like that are like based in pagan rituals or whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to just confess something right now. I have no fucking clue. No idea. I had not even have an inkling of what Oktoberfest is, what it's about. Nothing.
Yeah.
I've just been too afraid to ask because I'm 32 years old and I have no idea what it means. I just know people wear lederhosen, we eat sausages, and we drink biscuity, malty beer.
That's great.
I have no clue what it actually is about.
From what I understand, they brew it like a while before, and it's
supposed to. I mean, I guess it's supposed to lager for like 4 or 5 weeks, so you have to start mad early.
Right. So you start brewing it like in the summer.
Yeah.
And by the time the beginning of the colder months begins, you're able to crack it open for everyone to celebrate, so everyone's not miserable when it starts getting cold and everything starts dying. I think that's the idea behind it.
Okay.
Like a harvest festival, essentially.
Okay.
Okay. You harvest all the stuff.
I mean,
get drunk.
Honestly, you could say anything.
Yeah.
And I would just have to go, yeah, that sounds right.
Sounds good. I think I've read something like that around here. If you know better than us, please write in the comments.
Please.
We want to know more about Oktoberfest.
Please. Or we could just Google
We
it.
have no way of knowing. No way at all.
We have no tools at our disposal at all to help us get the answers that we're seeking.
help us.
Yeah.
Please.
We need you guys.
But back to pumpkin flavored things.
Yeah.
As far as pumpkin flavored beer goes, fan or no? Excluding this, obviously, we're going to review this beer in particular after.
I think I for sure used to be a big fan of when pumpkin stuff would roll around, because I do like pumpkin flavored shit.
Okay.
Pumpkin pies, pumpkin flavored anything, really.
Okay. You know two things that are flavored as pumpkins.
I was about to say, I don't know that many pumpkin flavored things now that I'm being thinking
beer.
about it. Pumpkin spice lattes.
Okay, yeah.
And PSLs.
Yeah.
Actual pumpkin pie. Pumpkin seeds are good. I like pumpkin. You like roasted pumpkin seeds.
Yeah,
really
that's good.
easy. You just throw those in the oven, throw a little cayenne and some salt on there, and bing bang boom. I don't know what other pumpkin flavored things are there. Pumpkin's not that versatile
It's
of a
really
flavor.
not. Yeah, it's really not. I mean, I know some people like eat pumpkin, but
Ugh, just like straight up pumpkin guts?
no.
Oh, okay.
You have to cook it. It's a gourd.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, do they eat the guts or do they eat like the?
No, I think it's the, like, you know.
Nah, you can't do that. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I don't know.
No, it's got to be like just you got to put it in a thing, puree it, make it
That's
anything
true.
else.
Yeah.
You can't just eat it.
Well, people definitely do puree
That's
it.
horrific.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't do that.
I've never done that.
Ugh.
I got to be honest with you. I hate the smell of pumpkin.
Really?
Yeah. Like real pumpkin. When you're taking out the guts and stuff.
Yeah.
Disgusting to me.
Yeah.
I've always hated it. I can get through carving out a pumpkin, but it always bothered me.
Really?
Your hands get all slimy and
Yeah.
like it has that. Nothing else smells quite like the inside of a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I want that on a t-shirt. It's just
Nothing smells like the inside of a pumpkin.
it's just really identifiable and gross to me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that can be.
Yeah.
Those guts are a different flavor, or they're a different flavor, but
Sure they are.
they're definitely a different smell too.
Yeah.
Pumpkin carving kits, by the way, are dog shit. I don't even know why they sell those fucking
Garbage.
things. They're the worst.
Yeah. You're better off just using a knife from home and a spoon.
Yeah.
Those stupid like wide scooper thing.
Bro, I don't know if I've ever not snapped a fucking
course.
like you just
The
awful.
tiny saw.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do with that? I
Not
mean, I
much.
guess if you're a child and you get like one of those baby but you can't do anything. You can't
No,
carve
those
You
baby
can't
ones
do
are even
anything.
harder to get through.
Are they?
Yeah.
I've never carved one.
No, that's why you always just paint the outside of them.
Oh.
'Cause they're so hard.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. You can't get in those. No. It's like a nut. It's crazy.
Can't be that bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah, beer. The pumpkin spice or the pumpkin flavored beers. I guess maybe I'm just like, it's been so long and I've had so many, and the idea of them is not as alluring as like fest beers when they come around. So yeah, there's only so much you can really do with them.
Yeah.
I guess that's really the problem, is like, what else can you really do with them?
Yeah, I mean, there's always the pumpkin pie style pumpkin beers. There's pumpkin spice versions of beers.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of all you can really do unless you get really funky,
Yeah.
which I'd be curious about. I don't know.
You can go to Jolly Pumpkin and get nothing that's flavored like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
One of the most confusing brewery names of all time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like, it's all going to be based around that one kind of note. That, like, if you don't like pumpkin, you can't convince somebody. You can't tell them, like, it's a spicy thing, or it's like, this one's, like, super sweet. You're going to love this.
And I've never really had a subtly pumpkin flavored beer.
No, that's the other thing.
They're all very,
Yeah.
very pumpkin-y.
Yeah. But I think that's the only way to you got to go big or go home with these.
Sure.
There's,
Yeah. It would be kind of weird to have like just a hint of pumpkin,
Yeah.
I've never had a hint of pumpkin in anything.
Yeah. Or like who made the no pumpkin IPA?
Oh, yeah.
Remember
yeah, we
that?
had that on the show.
So stupid.
I'm going to find it.
Okay.
I'm going to find it. We have a list.
Really irritating. Sorry, that's not even a pumpkin flavored thing. That's the bit. It's that it's not pumpkin flavored. They go against the. Oh, you have the list, so we can pull up all the other times that we've had pumpkin shit on here.
Yeah. All right, let's go through that list real quick.
Yeah.
So the first one we had, according to the list, is the Blue Moon Harvest Pumpkin Ale, which is in episode 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what do we give that?
Let's see.
Redacted.
You gave it a 3, and I gave it a 2.5.
Damn.
So we did not like it.
Sorry, Blue Moon.
Yeah. Then, let's see. Soon thereafter, actually, we had the Shipyard Smashed Pumpkin, which was in episode 28. And we gave that one. You gave it a 5, and I gave it a 5.
Oh.
So we both really liked it.
There you go. Oh, yeah. I don't remember that specifically, but I do remember Shipyards coming out every year and thinking, like,
Right.
that one was good.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's a strong one, too. It's a 9%, so.
Oof.
That's probably why we liked it.
Yeah, we probably couldn't even remember drinking it.
Then jumping to episode 82, we had the Magic Hat Brewing Co. Wilhelm Scream Pumpkin Ale.
All right, Magic Hat, calm down.
I know. It's a lot. Let's see. We both gave those 4s.
Okay.
Then we have the Wicked Weeds Brewing Shabalba Pumpkin Ale. Excuse me, I'm not going to cry. Let's see. That was episode 75. And we gave that a 4 as well.
Okay.
And then Crown Valley Brewing Imperial Pumpkin Smash Stout, which is episode 176. We're getting a bit further along now.
Why do people keep calling them Pumpkin Smash?
I don't know. Probably because they're stronger. You gave it a 5.5.
Damn.
I gave it a 5.
See, that just proves what I was saying before, like remembering liking them when I was younger.
Yeah. Okay, the one that you were talking about that had no pumpkin in it
Yeah.
is the Sloop Brewing
Sloop.
No Pumpkin IPA,
Yeah.
which we gave 4.5, but doesn't count in this list because it's not a pumpkin beer,
Yeah.
despite the name. So stupid.
So, pumpkin spice lattes. You a fan?
No.
No?
But I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's not because of the pumpkin. I like the pumpkin spice. Actually, I bought pumpkin spice to add into my own coffee.
Oh, this should be interesting then.
Oh, it's great. I love pumpkin spice itself.
Okay.
Pumpkin spice lattes are too sweet.
You think?
Yeah. No, they're way too sweet.
Huh.
Way too sweet. Also, lactose intolerant, so.
Right.
I'm sure I could do like an oat milk latte or something, but
Hey,
yeah,
man.
they're
I've been spoiled by oat milk because I had almond milk the other day with something and I was like,
not the same.
ugh,
Not the same.
not the same. Terrible.
Yeah. Oat milk, best milk.
Oat milk, best milk.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could substitute it for a whole oat milk. You know they make like fatty oat milk. I don't know how.
I've seen, actually, I was just doing some grocery shopping before you got here, and I noticed they had extra thick oat milk.
Yeah.
And it made me want to barf a little bit. But, I mean, I get it. If you want like a whole milk experience, I guess.
I did.
Yeah.
And I bought that.
Is it good?
It's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a strange texture.
I'm sure.
Dude,
It's like drinking paint.
there was somebody in my fucking house bought almond milk and then didn't finish it, right? So it sat in the fridge for a minute. I didn't really think about it. And then one day I tried to make some coffee and I used the almond milk.
Yeah.
And I poured it into the coffee and it looked weird. It just didn't I don't know, it didn't look right.
Yeah.
So I drank some of it and it felt like there was Jello in my mouth.
Oh.
I know.
God.
So it was horrifying. I spit it out and it was just like blah. It was like
It bounced.
I was gonna say it was like I tried to eat flubber. Like, it was so bad. Yeah. So don't do that.
No.
Too sweet, huh? Too sweet.
Too sweet. Too much.
But I mean, that's kind of I guess it's not really the point, but it is. I guess as you should know that going in.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with Starbucks. Anything good there is going to be too sweet.
Sure.
That's the only way to make it digestible.
It's
Because
like
everything it's
dessert coffee.
It's not good coffee. It's not. It's not good coffee.
It tends to be really bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I implore you to try to drink a black Starbucks coffee. Just straight up Starbucks. I see it in the store and I'm like, why would you want that at home? You have the choice now to make your own coffee and you decided that you still want that dog shit? No, it only works. We're never going to get a Starbucks.
No, never.
Well,
never.
fuck them. I don't care. It never. It only works rather when you fill it with because I go there now and the only thing that I can get, the only thing that was good to me was they have the brown sugar shaken espresso. Man, oh man, that thing is out of sight.
Yeah,
I can't stop.
Yeah,
It's
incredible.
so good.
It's incredible.
I now know what these fucking asshole politicians and these salespeople are like. If you just didn't have a Starbucks every day,
Avocado toast.
you'd be able to afford. It's like, you know what? You're right, because I am hemorrhaging money for this fucking espresso,
Just have
dude.
to do it.
I
Just have to.
I have
it's
to. When I
great.
leave the house, if I pass a Starbucks, I'm like, I could use one.
Yeah,
I could use one right now.
It is leaps and bounds above everything else they've ever made.
Oh, it's silly how good it is.
Yeah. You know, as a kid, I loved the Frappuccino, but it's just because it's ice cream.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
like that's all that is.
It's just a dessert, like you
Yeah.
said. It's all just dessert
Yeah.
coffee.
Yep. So
So they're just getting away with murder.
my
out there.
palate has changed.
Yeah.
In these years. Actually, you know, I will occasionally, if I feel like being real clean, I'll just go with the nitro cold brew. And it's because of the nitrogen, it makes it creamy enough on the palate that it's fine. So I will have that occasionally.
I could see that working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
I could
bad.
see that.
Not bad.
Well, I haven't had a PSL this year. I'm gonna nab one because I went 30 years without buying one,
Yeah.
and I was making a point.
Okay. Yeah. That was the line in the sand.
Yeah. Well, you know, fucking all these white girls, and they fucking, you know, they make a thing of it. They put their Uggs on and go get a fucking, and I'm like, no, I'm not and will not even taste it. Well, I had a thing against Starbucks for a really long time, just because I just didn't like. I had it once, and I was like, I don't get the fucking allure of this place.
Yeah. The empire that's created.
It's insane how subpar that coffee is, and how pop. I guess it shouldn't be that strange. That something just it can just be mediocre, and if you just
be
put
huge.
enough of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's they're in fucking Targets, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Airports.
they have like little pockets
Yeah.
everywhere. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just started opening up in like neighborhoods and
There's
shit.
a mini one in my office.
There's a mini one in your office.
Yeah, in my office, in the cafeteria. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. It's an office. Why isn't there just a coffee machine where everybody huddles around?
There are those too.
and-
But, you know, most people, I think, go downstairs and just grab a Starbucks. Grab a iced coffee.
Honestly, though, if I had that at the office that I worked at, I'd probably abuse it.
I do it too much.
Yeah.
More than I should.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm running late. If I can't get coffee, if I can't make coffee at my place
If
before I
can't
run.
make coffee.
If can't make coffee. This is an 8%.
Can't make coffee. No, the
Starbucks.
office that I used to work at, they had a K-cup thing, a Keurig.
Yeah. We have those too.
They're not good.
No, they're bad.
Yeah.
I will go as far as to say they're bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Not good for the environment, and then just not good coffee.
They're not good. And I've had like decent brand K cups, and they never taste as good.
Nope.
Never. Not
Nope.
once.
Never, not once.
Not even once. And I don't
Not
know if
even a
it's just
little bit.
because like they're never cleaned. Maybe they just need cleaning every single day. But it just tastes bad.
Yeah.
Tastes like it's coming out of like an old carafe.
Yeah.
That's been sitting there for a while.
What's the the big famous espresso brand, the yellow bag, El something.
Chupacabra.
El Chupacabra, yeah. That's going to be our coffee brand.
I would love that.
El...
Bustelo.
El Bust... Yeah.
It's not L. It's just
Bustelo.
Bustelo. Yeah.
Bustel. And I
Oh.
just I took that and then put it in
Yeah.
front. My mom had a bunch of K-cups of the Bustelo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, first of all, she was drinking way too many of them. I don't
Yeah.
think she realized. I was like, Mom, this is espresso.
That's
This
espresso
isn't
coffee, yeah.
And she was like, it's just coffee. And I'm like, it is not just coffee. Yeah. And she's like conducting static electricity in her hands. It's not. It's just coffee.
She's electro.
Yeah. And I tried to. They were terrible. They were terrible.
It's not good.
Because espresso is an art. And what
Sure.
people don't realize is like making coffee, like making anything else, is an art. I believe. You don't. There's some things that you can get away with, right? But there's some things that the point of the thing is the care that's taken to do it. That's
Right.
the best form of that thing. So even with coffee, is like you roast the beans for a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
right? You grind them up to a certain point that, like, if they're super fine, it's going to change if you ground them up to like extra chunky.
The
right?
chemical reaction of the hot water. How hot is the water? How long do you let it steep? Do you clean out the paper filter before you put the coffee into it? You know,
Et cetera, et
How long
cetera.
do you let it bloom for? All that stuff.
And that's how you get yourself a good cup of Joe.
Even a step before that, where's it grown? Mm-hmm. Who's growing it?
Right.
You know,
Right.
like, what kind of bean is it? Mm-hmm. How long is it roasted? You know, all those things matter.
Right.
So
And then you turn that around, and then you just smash,
into a plastic cup.
and then it just stabs it, and then nice.
It's not satisfying.
And that's supposed to rival? No.
You know, we probably sound like some hipsters right now.
Probably, but the thing is, it's not even like K-cups aren't even like, because like I guess the response would be, you know, somebody who's like in a rush, or doesn't have the time to sit there and make coffee, or doesn't have the materials to sit around and like
it's just them, and they don't want to make a full carafe of coffee.
Yeah.
Before they go out in the morning.
And I get that, but you know, shut up. I don't like.
It's not
do
hard.
better.
It's not hard to make a cup of coffee though.
It's not.
You know,
it's not.
And again, worst case scenario, if I guarantee in most any city, you walk a couple of blocks and you're gonna find a coffee shop, if not a Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a little labor intensive, especially you wake up in the morning and you just kind of want that thing. But
You know, you can set a coffee maker to make coffee for you.
that you can.
You can do that, and it is that much better than a K-cup. Even just if you grind the coffee the night before and put it in there so it's ready to go.
my whole thing is,
I think it's worth it.
making a cup of coffee in the morning is part of my ritual.
Right.
So I enjoy it. I get up and do the whole thing. That's part of my day.
Yeah.
When I don't do that, I feel like something's missing. Something's not.
Something's
something
off.
didn't go.
Yeah.
You know? And I couldn't imagine. I was at the store looking at K-cups and I was like, ugh, what am I doing? I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Or like those espresso machines that are basically just K-cups. They're just fancy K-cups.
The Nespresso.
Yeah,
we have those in
Nespresso.
the office too. Actually.
Yeah.
I tried
Those.
They're better.
I was just about to say,
They're
those
pretty good.
actually taste pretty good.
They're pretty good. Yeah. It gives you a little froth on top.
Yeah.
You know, whatever
yeah.
they're doing, it's working.
Keurig needs to take a lesson out of
Yeah.
Nespresso's
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
Because those actually work.
Little tiny ones.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. I like that.
I will say that.
Anything else pumpkin related that we can touch on?
I don't think so. Oh, I guess the main question hanging over this entire conversation is it too early where we sit today on the precipice of September for the pumpkin season to truly begin?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
you think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I don't really. Well, especially living here doesn't help the case.
I mean, October doesn't feel like fall.
No.
It's awesome.
So imagine August, early September.
Yeah.
It's still 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, we're dying.
Scattered thunderstorms.
Every day.
I mean, the humidity, the UV, the fucking, it's out of control.
Yeah.
Global warming is real. And
Well, at least we'll be beachfront pretty soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll be enjoying some nice, thick, high ABV pumpkin
flavored beer. Yeah.
And I think we're just every industry is just blowing their load too fast on everything, man. They bring stuff back too fast. They think they last too long. And I mean, I guess this sounds crazy as a consumer to say like things last too long. But what I'm saying is,
Oh, God. That was frothy.
oh my God, that was an espresso burp.
Yeah. It sounded like a PSL coming out of your throat.
Oh man.
This is why people don't subscribe.
Yeah. They definitely not hitting the bell now. The fuck was I saying?
It sounds crazy as a consumer that things last too long.
What I'm saying is, if you want a bit to be a thing, if you want people to enjoy a thing, if you want it to have some kind of like legacy,
Yeah,
right?
Be special.
Yeah, you don't want again like Black Friday. I mean, I know it's not the holiday to it's not the hill to die on.
Sure.
As far as holidays go, but the idea of it being this one day thing where you want that $1,000 TV for $600, well, you're gonna have to fucking fight for your life for it.
Right.
And now that it's just like, yeah, just get a ticket. Hopefully you show up. If you don't, then you just better luck next time. Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and you see that even with Christmas. You start seeing Christmas commercials in like the beginning of October.
Yeah, man. I'm not one of these people that I don't get sick of Christmas music. When it starts, I'm like, cool, it's just Christmas time. But when it starts in October, I'm like, hey, how about we fucking relax?
Yeah, chill out.
Okay?
I'm not done with my spookiness yet.
No, and you don't. That's the problem. That's it right there. You're bogarting on other seasons.
Yeah.
You don't get to fucking just mash your way in. And so this pumpkin spice thing is the fall shit. But you're bogarting on fucking summer shit.
Sure.
We should still be, it's fucking August, man.
Yeah.
September in Florida is still beach weather.
Yes, it is.
So
October is still usually beach weather. Too.
Yeah, but at least it's October and it's starting to cool down a little bit.
You get to the 80s,
and then the nights are getting cool.
Yeah,
at least the nights are getting cool.
Sure.
But yeah, you're bogarting on other seasons.
Yeah.
So you just fucking fucking it up, man.
Chill out a little bit.
Yeah, just relax.
I am okay with sort of the general Halloween theming and stuff beginning in this new month of September. I think that's fine, personally. But I think if you start in August, too much.
That's too much.
Too much.
I'm cool with October, like
these beers. These beers, perfect timing.
Yeah, this is a nice easier way in to the spooky season.
Get you in the mood.
I think mid-September is okay to start full throttle.
Well, Horror Nights is starting in a couple weeks or something like that, right?
No, this weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah, is the start. What's today? Yeah, this weekend.
That's funny. Yeah. So I mean, it did exactly what I was saying. They wait until literally the very beginning of the month before Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Horror Nights is gonna be starting in fucking July pretty soon, man.
Yeah.
They're just we're gonna get every dollar
we possibly can,
and I just don't like it. Yeah, just not a fan.
Well, I mean, not to mention tickets with a fast pass are $300. So
yeah. I'm waiting till. Well, if we get a big group together, that's one thing. I'll go to that, but otherwise, I'm just gonna wait till the end.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't realize, but actually going on Halloween itself is usually super empty.
Yeah.
And usually not as expensive. Or those rare week. They may do it every week nowadays. I'm not sure, but those weeks where they have Wednesdays that you can go.
Yeah. They do
It's
like every other
the
Wednesday.
cheapest one that you can possibly get. So Wednesday, and with like school happening, kids aren't around, and it tends to be quieter.
Yeah,
if you can swing that and not want to, jump off a building the next day for work.
Oh, that pumpkin, babe.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. Okay. If you guys have opinions on anything pumpkin related, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear any disparaging remarks about Adam or about
just me. It's fine.
Or about anything pumpkin related, you know? All right. We'll get back to that because this next 2 months, we have a lot to cover as far as the season is concerned.
Yeah.
We're going to have our Halloween Horror Nights impressions, probably some more pumpkin related beers. Definitely a bunch of, we already told the people what's happening in October, and then some fest beer stuff. So
of course
it's jam-packed, baby.
Yeah.
It's jam-packed.
Yeah.
All right. But in the meantime, I can finally give people some opinions.
Real impressions of the PS5.
So
I feel like it's just a 3-part series about you trying to get it, you getting it, and then you finally playing it.
Yeah.
Okay. The epic conclusion of Marco getting a PS5.
This is it. it. Now we can finally what I realize is me, you, and Juan were talking about it, and I was saying how I can't even, I'm not even excited about some of the games that are coming out because I'm not going to have one. So what's the point of even?
Right.
I'm not, don't whatever.
Yeah. Don't even want to know
and
about it.
So who gives a shit?
Right.
Now, dude. Now I'm fucking
floodgates are open.
Ooh, buddy, I am jazzed.
Yeah.
I saw some reviews for the Last of Us remake, and
Sure.
I'm like, I might have to cop that. Might have to dive back in there.
Yeah. If you haven't played in a while, I hear it's worth going back for.
I am a little upset that they're doing the whole it's so big it has to be a part 1 and part 2 thing. I just always feel
Well, let me stop you right there.
Oh, so it's just
part 1.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
It's just the game.
It's the first game. That's all that means.
Okay,
And
all
the
right.
DLC with the
Okay. All right, cuz I was scared for a little bit. Thought that they had broken
No, they're not
broken
doing
it up
Final
into
Fantasy 7, yeah.
Dude, I'm not happy about that.
Well, you just don't like the game.
It's not just even about that. I mean, it's one of my favorite PS1 games of all time. The remake
Doesn't seem like it.
The remake, I have to dive back into it.
Don't
and now that I have
say
a PS5,
disparaging remarks about it.
I'm
It's a
not-
great game.
I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm gonna dive back into it. I might spend the $10 to. Well, I don't know how much it is to. I don't know if I bought the PS4, PS5 version.
I thought you got the PS4 one, but you can just upgrade it for $10. That's what I did.
All right, I'll have to double check.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So when I got it, I didn't have. Excuse me. I didn't know what I wanted to start playing on it first. I didn't know what to do with it basically because I was just so. I had it and I was just so it's here. It's actually real.
Right.
And then I didn't want to download a bunch of apps on it because my PS4 was filled with. My PS4 was basically my entertainment center.
Sure.
I put everything on it.
Your Netflix machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that with the PS5, but then I was like, if I don't do it with the PS5, how else am I going to enjoy these things? I'm not going to bounce back and forth.
Sure.
And but I didn't want to download them on my TV either. So it's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
That's interesting. Why not the TV? That's my go-to is download all of the entertainment apps on the TV and leave the game systems for games.
I don't know. I think I guess I should, right? It's the smartest thing to do.
It's not old and it doesn't run really slow.
Well, yeah. I mean,
would do that.
I guess I never really had that issue, and I never really thought about it. Just something I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know.
It's just so convenient. You use the TV controller to watch TV.
Yeah, I realized that once I started using it for Amazon Prime, Prime Video. I was watching stuff and I was like, holy shit, this is way more convenient than booting up my PS5. I'll be laying in bed and I'll lose track of the fucking controller.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck did I put the fucking remote? And yeah, so I guess that's the way to go, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. Saves you a little space.
You know what else I've been doing is pulling up the apps on my phone and just fucking casting it. That helps
that works
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here.
As we do.
PS5 impressions from Dupa, okay? Because you've heard them from everybody else, and now I want to throw my hat in the ring for a little bit.
It's my turn.
So I was using the external hard drive for my PS4. Didn't realize, because when I heard you guys were talking about putting the SSD card in and I was just like, I just plugged the fucking external. I don't understand what these guys are talking
little baby. He doesn't know.
I don't understand what the big issue is. It's so easy. It was simple. So, ow. All right. So, I was still playing fucking Warzone, which, by the way, Warzone 2 is going to have to be a massive, massive improvement over Warzone 1 for me to jump back in. And,
I doubt it.
Because here's the thing, man.
Doubt
no,
it.
so listen.
Uh-huh.
Once I started playing, because I hadn't played a narrative-driven game since I had that run of the games that I was catching up on. I did Uncharted, I did Spider-Man, I did fucking Ghost of Tsushima, I did like all in a row. Red Dead Redemption.
Did you finish Uncharted?
Yeah.
4?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Did you do the Lost Legacy as well? With Chloe and
no, I didn't do that. Should I? Yeah. Highly recommended? Yeah. Okay.
It's great.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
But that was the last time that I played like narrative-driven games. After that, I just jumped back into Warzone or Overwatch or whatever, like online competitive games. Hadn't played like a story mode game in a minute.
Yeah. A me game.
So, yeah. Yes. I hadn't played an Adam game in a while.
Yeah.
And so I kind of lost touch with how good they were and how fun it is to just sit with a thing and to just kind of like play a game.
Absorb a story and interactive story.
Yeah. And like not be so stressed out by a video game. Like even when it gets harder, it's still kind of like, all right, I can pause. I can come back to this.
Yeah.
I can die and figure it out. I can strategize, all this stuff. Warzone is just like, the fucking sweaty demons that play that game. They're just animals, man.
Yeah.
Animals. I jump in there now. Even if you take a couple days off, you kind of lose the stickiness. Yeah. And these fucking kids, they're just like, bro, they're flying all over the place. They're fucking just eating your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. It's crazy how good some of these kids are. And and I just got so frustrated with like how the game's designed, and I realized like I was like, why am I doing this? Obi gave me all these games to play. I'm gonna start playing them. So I started with Miles Morales, and it's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous to play. Yeah. The first thing that you notice is how quick everything is. Mm-hmm. It just boom. Yeah. I switch between games and it's like, it's so fast you would think you had two PS5s set up and you were just changing controllers. It's so quick.
Yeah. And booting up.
Yeah.
You boot up, bam, it's there. You hit the button and you're in. And it's right back into the game. Yeah. Immediately right back into the game.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
Like they were not kidding when they were talking about those read times and load times. Yeah. It's like lightning
It's
fast.
the power of an SSD. So good.
I started playing Miles Morales, and like it's like some of it is more subtle things, hard to notice kind of stuff. Like if you like performance wise, like the game still kind of plays the same way as the PS4 Spider-Man game, but there's these little things where you can tell they're showing off close-ups with characters when you're webbing through the city, the just the way that it just, the sun beams off you, the reflections, the ray tracing and all that stuff. It's just like, it's just a gorgeous thing to look at. The snow starts falling halfway through the game, and it's just like, man, this is...
The Christmas theming and all that.
Yeah, this is something else. This is something else entirely. So, when I started playing that, there was a day that I jumped back into Warzone for like 2 rounds, and I was like, I don't think I have a reason to come back to this. I have all these games to play, and I've got the juice to play them.
Yeah.
I really don't have a reason to come back to this fucking... Why am I getting so angry, so frustrated with this fucking... when I have all these games to play?
I'm glad you've come to my side. Finally, you've seen the light. Games should be fun.
They should be. That's what they say. They're
Yeah.
video games, after all. So, I beat Miles Morales. Just kind of flew through that.
Yeah.
And now I'm playing Devil May Cry 5.
Did you start it?
I did start it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get caught up on the storyline beforehand, or okay?
Yes. Still confused.
Of course. Yeah.
Because it starts like right in the middle of whatever is happening.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's a story element to it. You kind of get more backstory through playing it.
yeah. I realized that I played for about an hour and a half and realized that you're just they kind of Tarantino'd it. You're just thrown in the middle of it, and then now
You find out more.
Yeah. So I get that.
Yes.
And there's moments in that game where, it doesn't have to be, especially a Devil May Cry game or a Capcom game, like it doesn't have to be as graphically taxing or they don't have to push it to its limits.
Sure.
But there's some moments where they do, and you can tell they're just kind of showing off.
Well, and they're using the RE engine.
Yeah.
And you can tell because like everything looks really good.
Yeah.
All the character models look really good. Mm-hmm. I love that game.
Yeah. They just again the close-ups where you can see just the individual stitching on a shirt, the beard hair, like the gum lining of their teeth, like you can just I mean it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And I'm like, and this is just like, again, this is what, year 2 of its lifespan, or year 3?
3, yeah, I think.
And I mean, it was only like late in the game for PS4 when you really started to see these companies like push it to the limit, right?
Yeah. With like Last of Us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just can't imagine what they're capable of.
Yeah, that's the hope, that like we're able to catch up from a creative standpoint with COVID. Hopefully, continuing to be manageable overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we expect to see a kind of higher numbers in the fall.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who doesn't have one yet, and you're thinking like it's impossible, how the fuck did Marco get one? It's actually getting a lot easier to get one. So we played the long game, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We played the long game, and here we are.
Yeah.
So you can try. Just try. I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think so. We're getting there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other impressions I had. Anything that jumped out at me immediately. Mm-hmm. The haptic response on the controller is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, there's just some things where it's like it's not a huge deal, but there's just little things where, like in Miles Morales, you're on the train and it's going, and it's just like bumping your hand just slightly enough that like it immerses you in the game a little bit more.
Yeah,
there's little shit like that.
Yep.
The when you're playing as Nero and you rev his, and you actually can feel the in the trigger. It's like that's little shit that like. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's not necessary, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little shit that like if it certainly doesn't take away anything from the experience. It adds just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little on top.
I understand why people don't like it. Like if they're playing online with a shooter or something like that.
Yeah. No. If I definitely take off all anything that. Excuse me, takes away from how quickly I can respond to something. I remove all of that stuff. So I take off like world blur, motion blur, any kind of film grain, all of the vibrations. I turn down the music. Like it's not. Let me tell you something.
God, it sounds miserable.
It is not a fun time. It is not a good time. It's a fight. It's a fight. Okay, it's a fight.
And you wonder why I don't play these things.
I mean, but it's it's competitive, and like when you win, it's satisfying.
Let them win. It's fine.
We have to get a couple rounds of Battlefield in.
Of course. Yeah. I'm down for that. And, I went back in, I played a round or two of Apex, and I'm awful at it. I'm so bad at it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, you have to just play more. You have to just play more. Apex is, those games are like a little bit slower paced. You don't have demons sliding around and like breaking your camera and doing all kinds of crazy shit to you.
That's my, if I'm going to play competitively online, that's more my pace. Like, I am a Halo head. So like I love the play style and like the pace of Halo, where you have time. Like if somebody ambushes you, you still have a chance of knocking them out.
Yeah,
you got a shot.
Yeah.
Instead of it being just like no scope Twitch kind of like, oh, I just spawned and I'm dead.
Have you watched any like clips from Warzone?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm not a fan of playing it, but I love watching it.
Yeah.
So like I love the TikToks of like these multi kills that are insane and glitches and people raging. Like it's all entertainment for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those TikToks, man, they're part of the problem. Mm-hmm. Those TikToks pop up, and then it makes you go, what? Let me get one more crack at it. I feel like I can get one in. And that's not to say that I'm not successful in this game. That's the other thing. Like I'm decent at it. Like I've got like 250 wins, and like my I'm a like an above average on my KD. It's like a 1 something. So I'm not like terrible at the game. Yeah. But some days it makes you feel like you are
right.
Just playing. It's like you're playing the game with the controller in your mouth or something. Like you just have no. Yeah. Like some of these kids just have their way with you over and over and over again. You're just like, please.
Some days you're the hammer. Some days you're the nail.
Yeah. Way to describe Warzone better than that.
Yeah. I like I told you last week. I got this. This kind of urge to get back into fighting games.
Yeah.
And I really, like, I've always looked at fighting games from afar in the same way that I look at, like, online competitive first-person shooters, where it's, like, really intimidating. There's a pretty, like, high barrier of entry.
Yep.
And a lot of skill that you need to acquire by failing a lot. And so I've always wanted to get into them, though. And I've always liked fighting games. Like I like to play them as a complete noob, but competitively, absolutely not. Like learning and memorizing all of the combos and getting the feel down for.
That's better.
Thank you. Getting the feel down for specific characters and like really getting in a groove with a specific character and move set and things like that. Never gotten that deep into them.
Yeah. I
saw this video on Polygon, actually, on their YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And it's this, I'm sorry I forget his name, but he very eloquently talks about what you should do as a complete newbie trying to get into fighting games. And it was pretty inspiring. And so I really want to try to like focus in on one fighting game. I think it's going to be Dragon Ball Fighters because I just like how the game looks.
Yeah.
And I'm open to sitting down and learning it and like really trying to get the feel for it. Like I want to acquire that skill.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I have that skill with like Gran Turismo, where it's like I know I can do it better than I think most people off the street. I want to get to that, at least that stage with a specific fighting game.
Yeah.
To know I can like hold my own at least in it.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be that or I'm going to get back into Blaze Blue.
What?
Well, no, not Blaze Blue. What came before? Guilty Gear.
I was going to say Guilty Gear just because I was afraid.
Arc System Works, the same company, made both of those. So that's why I got confused. But yes, Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear, the newest one. Strive.
What's the? I mean, if I were you, I would play the game with the higher player base.
Yeah, I know both are still pretty popular. Strive came out more recently, and it's on PS5 and stuff. It's just hard to find physically, which we talked about last week about getting physical media.
Yep.
But I'll probably just have to get it online.
Yeah.
Just get it digitally. But yeah,
sometimes you gotta make that risk, or take that. It's not really taking a risk, but it's like, it's just not as satisfying.
No. Like we said before, there's benefits because you can just boot it up without having to take the disc out and put a new one in. But
yeah, and doing any of these upgraded versions, obviously I'm gonna have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, that's where I am for video games.
All right. I can dig that, man. I can dig that.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we get a couple rounds in doing the trio, I just want to do that because we just haven't done it. And now that I'm on PS5, there's no more excuses.
Yeah.
Like before, I was like, I don't want to cross-platform with them and be playing the PS4 version of the game, like on Apex, for instance.
You're in 2D. You look like Minecraft.
I look like Game and Watch.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, poor Marco.
Oh, PS4, rough.
Oh, PS4, Marco. All right. I think that's all I got on that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Until further notice.
Yeah. I'll come back because I'm really excited about, playing. I mean, I am definitely going to get Warzone 2, for instance, just because I played Warzone I played it since launch.
Yeah.
And to this day. So I'm definitely going to get Warzone 2.
Getting Modern Warfare 2?
I think I don't have to. I'm wondering how they do that because
you can get Warzone for free, right?
Warzone 1 is free to play, right. But it wasn't before. They made it free to play after the fact.
Yeah.
It was an offshoot of Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, do you have to get Modern Warfare 2
for now? Maybe.
I don't think so. That wouldn't make any sense because there's so many people who only play Warzone.
Right.
That if they weren't allowed to play Warzone 2 because they didn't buy the game. But the other thing is, how do you get people to buy the game? You force them to get fucking...
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
They probably have already discussed this, but I don't know for sure. If I had to guess, I would say that now that they've made the game free to play, they probably won't go back.
I don't know.
I mean, that's just like Overwatch did the same thing.
Yeah.
So now that it's free to play, they can't go back and now force people to buy.
Oh, they confirmed that Warzone 2 will be free to play.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
When they confirm that?
Is
that article?
Let's see.
As long as it was recent enough, we weren't outside the
August 23rd.
Ah, see, that was only that was what, a week ago.
Yeah.
So we're not. People were still wondering this a week ago. Okay, so we weren't. Yeah, so that's good news. So maybe I'll just get Warzone and not get I'll probably get Modern Warfare. Let me stop playing. Because the other thing is, when the game drops, you're gonna have to level up the guns.
Yeah, that's what that article was saying. Was like, however, there's a lot tied to you playing the new game, obviously, and you've talked ad nauseum about how they game the system for it to be better if you have the newest game, based on the weapons you get.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's not necessarily pay to win, but it's pretty fucking close.
Yeah. Definitely pay to play better.
Pay to play better.
Right. Oof, I'm getting warm with this beer. It's making me feel like I got a sweater on.
All right. Let's keep this ship a rolling, all right? I think it might be time for a cheers of the week. What do you think?
Well, we didn't talk about Leo.
Oh, should we?
Let's talk briefly.
Let's do
a brief summary of what's happened.
Brief summary.
Well, there's not much to talk about.
It's just really funny, honestly.
Yeah.
It just came to light that he broke up with his most recent girlfriend.
Right.
And then everybody kind of put two and two together and realized that she had just turned 25. She turned 25 in June. And then they broke up. And Leo has been remarkably consistent
Yeah.
in not only his film career.
He's more consistent in that than he is in anything I've ever been in my life.
It's crazy.
Breaking up with his 25-year-old girlfriend.
It is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I mean, it's now it's getting kind of weird because
Well, he keeps getting older. And they stay the same age. That's why it's getting weird.
yeah, and so I think he's only got maybe 2 more left in him before it's like, all right, man.
He's
it
like
was
the
weird
old-
before.
He's
It's
like the old billionaire.
Yeah. And see, the thing about him is people give him a lot of leeway. There's a lot of love for Leo on the
Sure,
internet,
yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
You know, all these people with their Leo.
He's a meme lord.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
the,
sure.
the pointing, the Gatsby cheers. There's tons.
Yeah. So, it's funny how those things go hand in hand,
I
right?
like how I named 2 things and said there's tons.
That's it. There's so many.
Takes the 2.
There's so many.
Yeah.
No, you just have to do a thing that the internet falls in love with, and then now you're the internet's baby.
Yeah.
Right? Because Leo is the internet's. Well, I'd say Keanu Reeves is the internet's
sure,
favorite actor,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Leo
He's gotten a
is
little
definitely
quiet
up there.
in recent months, I feel.
Who, Keanu or Leo?
Yeah, Keanu.
Yeah.
He's kind of, gone to the back a bit.
Well, he's about to ramp it back up.
Well, I was
'cause-
going to say, yeah, I'm sure, with the new Wick movie coming out.
Yeah, that John Wick is coming soon. But he can't really do any wrong in some people's eyes.
Sure.
And it's going to be interesting to see like what he does with his next girlfriend. We're on Leo girlfriend watch. If he gets another girlfriend below the age of 25,
Yeah.
and then he breaks up with them when they turn 25,
25.
I honestly don't know what I would do. I think I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna lose my mind. I just can't fathom someone doing this as often as he has. And he has. You got to look up this chart of.
It's incredible. Like it's like mathematical. It is it's a scientific documentation of him doing this chronically.
He's got a problem. He's seriously. Well, I guess according to some people, it's not a problem at all. He's got it made, but he watches age go up, and the girlfriends
They just disappear.
There's one part that says max age that Leo will date, and it's 25.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 girls on there that turned 25, and then they were gone.
Gone.
And now this girl, it's like, damn, son. I'm in awe of the balls
Yeah.
to do that, to be that. I mean, what do you think he does? Do you think he sees their birthday rolling around on the calendar, and then he goes, like, a couple weeks before their birthday, it's like, I gotta start
just
some
goes-
fights.
Just hits
Stands
his
in the
watch.
doorway, just like, what's about to come. Or do you think he's honest with them? Do you think like they hit 25 and he's like, you know that this was only gonna be for so long?
I can almost guarantee, first of all, they signed a non-disclosure at the beginning of their relationship.
Yeah.
I think that I would like to think he's very clear with them. And before they start dating, says, look, this is the deal, okay? We're going to have a great time. You're going to get everything you want. We're going to go on yachts. We're going to go around the world. You're going to be at movie premieres. You're going to be on set with me. It's going to be awesome. But when you turn 25, that's the end of it.
Do you really think he's that honest?
I think he is. And you know why? You don't hear much about anything from his exes. There's
Right.
nobody coming out with like some gossip thing about, oh yeah, he's a total scumbag. He only wanted me when I was young.
Interesting.
You don't hear that, right? I mean, at least I haven't. Maybe there's stuff out there.
We
But
don't
it's
keep
mostly
up
speculation.
much up on celebrity gossip,
Sure,
but
of course not. But this is a funny aberration of it's so big of a story that it's reached even the One Beer and podcast.
right.
But you don't hear much about that, right? Generally, at least to us Joe Schmoes.
Yeah.
So that makes me think it's a situation. Like it's a an agreed upon thing.
Interesting.
They say okay, and it is what it is. You know,
It has to be, right?
Right.
Because it's so many of them.
yeah, they have to know.
It can't be.
They gotta know.
It's not a coincidence anymore.
Right.
Like the first couple, you could say, yeah, he just dates young, and then coincidentally, the thing ends, but no, it's been
Yes,
years.
man.
Yes, man.
I say it's one of two things. Okay, I say it's either that, or he is so out of touch with himself that he just so happens to find a reason to break up with them when they turn 25.
Yeah.
Within months of them turning 25.
Yeah.
And it's something psychological, and he just is uncomfortable with them, advancing beyond a certain age. And
That sounds so dark.
it really is if that's the case.
Dark, yeah.
If that's the case, yeah, there's something going on that we're not very knowledgeable of.
Yeah.
But maybe it could be a psychological thing. I don't know. I mean,
Well, they're all kind of fucked up. That's the thing.
sure. And again, he was essentially a kid star.
Yeah.
So he grew up in the spotlight. Some people have issues growing up and forming like mature relationships and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, and when you have everything you could ever want at your fingertips all the time, you may have less than what we'd consider healthy relationships. And,
But then again, he's a good looking
It
A-list
seems-
movie star. He's just like, I want to date hot models.
I was going to say it seems to be working for him.
Yeah.
So, again, we can revisit this in a few years. And if
once it gets to-
he starts turning into like an old man who seems like this pervert,
Yeah.
then things change.
I mean, I can't really envision a world where he doesn't.
Yeah, true. Is he suddenly going to settle down?
Right. Yeah. He's going to, I don't
Well,
know how old he is.
George
but-
Clooney did.
That's true. But isn't she mad young too, though?
She's younger, but not like she's not, like 18.
crazy young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
She's not fresh out of high school.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. That's true.
And she has her own thing going. Like she's like a diplomat or something. Like she has her own thing.
She's
A
what?
lawyer?
Oh.
We're not talking about Kim Kardashian.
Nice.
George Clooney's wife is a lawyer, obviously.
Obviously, she has that. I mean, what are you trying to say? That like women lawyers don't have their own lives? They can't have, they're not- You think she has to be a diplomat to have her own life? I'm not putting words anywhere. You said it.
Oh, we're speaking, of course, of Amal Clooney.
Amal, and how old is she?
Amal Clooney is, I'm looking up her Wikipedia.
24.
She's 44.
44, and Clooney's in his 60s, early 60s.
You got to quit asking me questions like this.
Well, let's guess. How old do you think Clooney is?
Okay, I think Clooney is... I'm going to say Clooney is 57.
I'm gonna say 62.
Okay.
I think he's in his 60s.
Clooney is... Where's his age? He's 61.
Oh, I was so close.
You went over, though. I win.
Fuck. Yeah, so that's not.
I mean,
not-
it's a gap. It's
Yeah.
definitely a reasonable gap, but
It's not one of those crazy ones.
it's not
though,
crazy.
you
It's
know.
not crazy.
He was 61 and she was like 30 or like
Right.
28. And you'd be
Yeah,
like, damn,
yeah.
son, like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Right.
So, I mean,
It
I
can
could
happen.
see Leo, getting to this point. He gets into his 60s and then he's finally like, all right, I've dated every 25-year-old I could find, and now it's time for me to settle down with a 30-year-old.
And look, to my defense, okay,
Okay.
Amal Clooney is a Lebanese-British barrister at Daughtry Street Chambers, specializing in international law and human rights. So that's why I thought she had something to do.
I mean, that's pretty
with being
close to being a diplomat. Yeah.
It's an
That's like
international
world
thing
human
and-
resources.
Yes, exactly. So, sorry.
In your face. No, you weren't. I mean, barely. I mean, by definition, sure. Yeah. I mean,
She's a barrister. That's completely different.
yeah.
All right. Anyway,
I have to call my barrister.
Yes.
I'm not answering any of your questions. I'm calling my barrister.
better call barrister.
You better barrister up, buddy.
The Berenstein barristers.
1-800-barrister.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how Leo ages, if it's gracefully or grossly.
We'll keep our eye on
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gracefully or
Finger on the pulse.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think
Right meow.
we can probably get into the cheers of the week. Do you think?
I think.
Do you have one?
Yeah. Of course I do.
I have one, and I can start it off.
Well, yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be rude. Go ahead and do yours first.
All right. Well, my cheers of the week is going to people who sit down and dedicate their day to creating recap videos for people like me.
Yeah. You're here.
I've watched many a recap video because sometimes you're just not on top of everything, and sometimes a fucking game will come out 5 years, 10 years after the last game, and I'm not going to go back and play 3 games to make sense of one game. Or even like movies. I know I've seen that movie, but sometimes it's like, I just want to watch the new shit. Do I have to go back? Like, I'm sure people have gone through YouTube and watched like an MCU recap so that they can make sense of, watching She-Hulk or something.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And these people are doing God's work.
Yeah.
They really are, because no one's asking them to make a recap video. You think Capcom was like employing different YouTubers to make videos to help people get recaps? Which, by the way, when you start the game, there is a recap video in the game.
Yeah.
Not nearly as good as
No.
the ones that I found on YouTube.
No, that's why I knew you needed to watch something else. Because that was good for me, because I know I played all those games before.
Yeah.
And it was a good reminder.
Yeah.
But if you haven't played it yourself, different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got to big up these guys, man. No one is asking them to do this, and they're like, I think I'm just going to make this video to help people out. I literally YouTubed Devil May Cry story up to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in Devil May Cry story up and then up to 5 auto-populated.
Yeah,
and then there was like 100 videos that were like, we got you, bro.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, they're concise and to the point, no fluff. This is what you need to know to make sense of this game.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah.
You just have to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And so I do.
That's very nice.
Shout out to any of those accounts.
Any and all of them.
All of them. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like that. My shout out, my cheers of the week, if you will, is going to be to. I feel like this is kind of cheating because we talked about it last week, but the UCF Knights.
I think didn't you cheers them last week?
Yeah, I did. But they're playing tomorrow, and that's what I was going to do. Okay, you know what? I don't take it back, but I will add to that.
Okay. This is a 2-part cheers. The
Sort
2-week
of,
cheers.
Sort of. I just don't want to take it away. It's bad juju to say I take away my second cheers of the UCF Knights when they play tomorrow. My cheers of the week actually goes to the 70s remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That is a swerve.
So I say that because I've been on a horror movie kick.
Yeah.
I've started the season early, if you will.
Yeah.
Where I'm trying to watch the horror movies I've missed over the years, you know?
Okay.
So HBO Max, as we've talked about before, as it exists today, still a good resource for finding a lot of these classic films.
Yeah.
And so, I realized I haven't seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I know it from just pop culture zeitgeist and getting just little bits and pieces of it from parodies and just general knowledge. But
You never actually
sat down and watched it from beginning to end. And I will tell you, even though a lot of 70s cinema doesn't really hold up to modern audiences, this one does. It's very creepy. Has Jeff Goldblum, a very young Jeff Goldblum. Some really good performances, some hammy performances, but in a good way. Good effects for the time, really good effects for the time, and just this unrelenting kind of doom surrounding it. You
Yeah.
know, it's one of those things that, like, you know, when you're watching like Hereditary, the longer it goes, the more you realize you're like just gripping your chair harder and harder. And you don't know why exactly, but you just feel it. Kind of a similar vibe with this movie, as goofy as the premise is. I was just really surprised by how effective it still is. And I recommend it for a lot of people that maybe have kind of looked away at some of the older horror movies. Again, this is a remake of, like, I think a 50s monster movie.
Yeah.
And most of the reviews I saw, because I was thinking about seeing the original first, most of the reviews I saw say the remake is much better than the other one.
I'll tell you this. I've only seen the one from the 50s.
Oh.
And it was only because I stumbled on it.
Yeah.
I think I was at a relative's house and Classic Movies was on. And I realized it was Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And I was like,
that sounds familiar.
yeah. And so that's the only reason and I watched the fucking not 90s one, like the early 2000s one with fucking Naomi Watts.
Oh, yeah. What's it called? Invasion?
Yeah.
Is it just Invasion?
Yeah. And it's like more of a jump scare horror movie than it is like a creepy
Psychological
thriller.
thing,
Yeah. It's kind of disappointing because they like take a really smart like concept, although like the execution's kind of goofy. The idea of an alien invasion and it's through these spores and it's people and
It's
you can't
right under your noses.
Yeah,
the
it's
entire
literally
time. Yes.
fucking
And your loved ones just start acting a little different.
yeah. I think it's a really smart
Oh, it's great.
idea.
Yeah. I love any sort of horror that takes people you trust and love and turns them into the enemy, you know?
You might want to talk to your therapist about that one.
Then maybe. But, you know, like The Thing, what was the other one? Evil Dead, you know?
Right.
Where it's like, these are people you care about, but suddenly they're the monsters.
Yeah.
You know, like that's very affecting for me. I like that a lot. And obviously Invasion of the Body Snatchers is that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I recommend it. I mean, especially to you if you've seen the two outside ones.
Yeah.
Watch the middle one.
Yeah.
It's very good.
All right.
Good. Yeah.
All right, off like all will. Probably try to knock out as many classic movies as we can before fucking whatever is about to happen to HBO Max happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's been my main pursuit, is specifically on HBO Max, just trying to watch as many things as I can on there while I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they usually get a pretty decent selection of horror movies when the spooky season comes around.
And that's the other reason why I'm trying to look for them now, is because we're on the cusp of when they start removing those things.
Which is such fucking bullshit.
I know.
We talked about
We're
it.
not here to talk
Yeah,
about it right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
but
it's
yes,
fine,
yes. But that's why I'm saying now's the time. Start loading up on your horror movies now,
Yeah.
and then you're set for the horror season itself, and you can be more selective on what you want to pay for more during that season.
I mean, this kind of brings us back to physical media, man. If I could just pop in Nightmare on Elm Street whenever I want and not have to find it on a streaming service.
Long ago, I bought the cheapo packs, the double packs of the Nightmare on Elm Street collections.
Yeah, smart.
Got both of them.
Smart, you fucking
nerd.
All right. I'll tell you what, these things are fucking making me phlegmy.
I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get this review out of here so we can get the fuck out of here. Obi, what did you think of the All Hallows Imperial Pumpkin Ale from Hourglass Brewing?
I think it's quite good. I see why it is a fan favorite. I get why you'd be mobbed if you were caught running out of there with it a day early. That being said, to my palate, it is actually coming off just a hint too sweet. Just a hint too sweet. That will not be a detriment to, I think, the grand majority of people, especially if you are a PSL lover.
Yeah.
I think this is a good, not on the creamy side, but has the pumpkin spice for sure, and a lot of maltiness, and reasonably balanced. I just think it, again, is with it, the high ABV, I think that comes with a stronger flavor palette.
Yeah.
And it's hammering me a little too hard.
That high ABV is going to make it sweeter. They're going to have to do a
Generally,
lot,
So, that being said, if you're all in on the pumpkin flavors and love the PSLs, I say go for it. For me personally, it's going to be at a 4.5.
4.5.
I do like it a lot. I would get it again. It does make me feel like the season is upon us.
Yeah. I don't know. I was going to give it a 4.5, but like a strong 4.5.
Yeah.
I think that, like, I don't know. Like, I saw Imperial Pumpkin Ale, and I kind of assumed it was going to be a little on the sweeter side.
Sure.
Kind of anticipated that. Nice pumpkin. I think it's pretty well.
Nice pumpkin.
It's a nice pumpkin.
Beautiful pumpkin.
I had the best pumpkins. I think it's pretty well. I think it's pretty well balanced.
She had beautiful pumpkins.
The best pumpkins. She had the best pumpkins. And yeah, I think if I were to get it again, I wouldn't drink an entire pint of it.
Yeah.
I'd definitely quarterly it, tulip it. You know?
I think that may be the detriment that I'm having here. Because if I did have just a tulip of it, it may have gotten to the 5.
Yeah.
But,
this is a lot.
We're subjecting ourselves to this amount. But, I think that may be a smart move to go with the tulip size if you're going to have it.
But it's I think it's really good. I think it's really good. So, excuse me. Again, shouts out to Hourglass for hooking it up early. We appreciate that. By the time you guys hear this, it'll be out, and you can just go to Hourglass and start your pumpkin season off right.
Please do.
This is the way to do it. This is how you start the pumpkin season off.
And you're in the cleared area as far as this podcast goes to begin your pumpkin season.
Right. We allow it now.
Yeah.
We allow it.
Yeah.
Don't go to Publix and get Shipyard or Samuel Adams or anything like that. Fuck that. Go to like a brewery. Go to a local spot. And then get their shit. Don't come to Red Light, but go to other places. They'll see what they're doing, seeing how they're getting creative with it.
Well, we should say Red Light did get a Cheers of the Week for itself.
Well, I mean, yeah, fucking. I mean. Best craft brew, best craft beer bar in Orlando, voted number 1. So you're welcome, Orlando.
There you go.
2022 voted best craft beer bar, and guess who worked there all of 2022? All of 2021 and into 2022.
Sure. Yeah. There's no coincidences here.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it win last year?
Who can say? If only we knew.
No way to know.
Yeah.
All right, you think we got it?
I know we got it.
Well, then let's get the fuck out of here. This has been the One Beer In podcast. For myself, Marco Dupla. For Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Yes, Fubio.
Thank you guys for listening. Drink delicious beer and have a beautiful evening.
We love you.